opportunity for a retake. They have a chance for a header, and that's off target. And that's a top finish and a top save. Too much. One-on-one with the goalkeeper. Could have been the moment that Senegal were looking for. Amadou Benekoli with a quick strike. And Mohamed El Noor says, "Thou shalt not pass." Excellent reflexes here from
Premium Flour, nurturing the world. Available in a store near you.
Usiteseke tena. Make your farming simple by adopting the new Magna irrigation system from Elgon, Kenya.
Nini kimekufanyikia mguu?
Mimi nimechoka na hii ukulima. Wacha nikafanya biashara nyingine. Mimi huchoka kila saa nikinyunyuzia hii mimea maji, lakini hainawiri.
Wewe ndio haujajua siri ya urembo bado.
That ranges from drip lines, sprinklers, water pumps, sprayers and generators. This is the convenient way to unrivaled yields. Elgon, Kenya. Transforming farms and lives through technology.
Meet the experts who empower you with competent skills at craft, certificate and diploma level. Sensei Institute of Technology. My skills, my future.
At the heart of Kenya's transport infrastructure is the Mechanical and Transport Directorate, MTD, under the Ministry of Roads and Transport. We oversee a network of services spread across 24 strategic regions, ensuring efficiency in plant and transport services nationwide, from road construction and maintenance to the provision of specialized equipment to manufacturing services. We support infrastructural development across the country. We carry out inspection and valuation of government vehicles, plant and equipment in view of pre-delivery, repair and maintenance and disposal. We also inspect second-hand imported motor vehicles for roadworthiness as per KEBS KS 1515 and conduct occupational tests for drivers and operators. For more information, visit mtd.go.ke or call 0718-976-445. The Mechanical and Transport Directorate, Quality Mechanical and Plant Services.
Enroll at Tricent School of Medical Health Science and Technology today and turn your dream of undertaking courses in nutrition and dietetics, theater technology, medical engineering, applied biology, science laboratory and health records, and many more a reality.
My name is Bertram Mudoka. I'm the CEO Agricultural Society of Kenya, overseeing the running of over 16 shows in the country. As we enjoy the Chan Games on KBC Channel 1, I'm certain we've all been excited. It's very exciting moments, then by the wins of our team.
Na baada ya Chan, tutaenda wapi?
Tutaenda kwa maonyesho ya kilimo, ASK shows.
Na tutaanzia wapi?
Tutaanza Mombasa pale Mkomani Showground.
Asante sana.
Ndio.
Shukran.
Alafu tukiendelea hapo,
Mombasa,
tutaelekea Nyeri pale Kabirini Showground.
alafu
Tukitoka pale tutaelekea Kabarnet pale Baringo.
tena
Tukitoka hapo tutaendelea mpaka Lichota Showground pale Migori.
mwisho ama bado?
Bado mwisho. Sasa tunaendelea ile kubwa ambayo ni Nairobi International Trade Fair pale Jamhuri Park, Nairobi. Lots of technologies, lots of innovations for learning purposes. We're closing with the Kitale National Show. Again, running in from the 8th to 11th of October, the home of dairy, the home of beef. Asanteni sana, karibuni sana nyote kwa Chan, kwa ASK shows.
There comes a moment when the ordinary world fades away and the wild calls your name. This is as wild as you want it. And it's all here. Every trail leads to an adventure. Because adventure isn't just about the rush. It's about where it takes you, who you become, and the stories you'll tell. Sometimes you need the thrill. Sometimes you need the journey. Start your adventure here at Magical Kenya.
We're not one thing, we're many. We move fast to change lanes, but no matter the mood, bank tunahitaji nenye na switch na sisi. Enye iko ready where we are and ready when we are. In our pockets, on our time, na speed yetu. One built not just to keep up, but to move with you in every mode. So, uko mode gani? Download the new KCB mobile app and switch on your mode today.
Mimi huyu. Twende? Boss, uko sawa?
Niko sawa, ni vile niko na calls mingi. It's a busy day, you know.
Kazi lazima ichape.
By the way, nice background.
Faster speeds, better experiences. Over 50 million Kenyans. One network. Safaricom. Popote ulipo.
Well, from wherever you're watching us in Kenya and around the world, good evening. I am Mboya with tonight's Legends edition. Of course, Morocco living up to the billing and clinching the 2024 African Championship CHAN title here in Nairobi, Kenya. Osama Limolo scoring a stunner in the 80 minutes to hand, of course, Morocco that third African Nation Championships title in the highest ever scoring CHAN final that saw 5 goals being scored at the Kasarani Stadium here in Nairobi, Kenya. It was a heartbreak for Madagascar, who were the first to find the back of the net in the game played at the packed Kasarani Stadium and attended by, among others, the FIFA president, Gianni Infantino, the president of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Ruto, and the Madagascar head of state, Andry Rajoelina. Well, of course, it was a football extra bonanza that was witnessed right across Kasarani Stadium as Kenya made history by hosting the African Nation Championships CHAN 2024 final for the very first time in history. Although Harambee Stars did not qualify for the final, that did not deter Kenyans from cheering and turning up in numbers to witness the final pitting Morocco and Madagascar. Our reporter, Frederick Mwoki, took the stand to capture the excitement, the passion, and the unforgettable moments. My name is Mboya, and we open our coverage tonight with our first report.
It was a historic day for Kenyan football fans as Kasarani Stadium became the vibrant heart of African football, hosting the CHAN 2024 final for the first time ever. The air buzzed with excitement, not just for the game itself, but for the sheer joy of being part of something monumental. Although the Harambee Stars didn't make it to the final, the stands were filled with the electric energy of Kenyan supporters who came together to cheer on Africa's finest. The crowd, a kaleidoscope of national flags, painted the stadium, united by the love of the beautiful game. Hours before the game, fans were entertained fully by East Africa's finest musicians. Fans danced, laughed, and celebrated the pure joy of football, creating a carnival atmosphere in the stands. The rhythm of drums echoed across the stadium as the energy was palpable, a reminder of the power of the sport to bring people together.
Thank you so much, East Africa.
And at the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation, Editor-in-Chief Samuel Minor led some staff in dance of the popular Isukuti dance to usher in the final. Frederick Mwoki for Legends edition.
Daniel Wahoma will be coming a bit later on to talk to us about what happened in the space of athletics, swimming gala, and he'll also be looking a bit at basketball. And Byron Abuli is in charge of our sign language docket. But first, let's stay with the CHAN story. Kenya's hosting of the African Nations Championship CHAN has been more than just a football affair. Beyond the goals and the drama on the pitch, CHAN has positioned Kenya on the global map, boosting tourism, uniting fans, and branding the country as a dynamic sports destination. Our reporter, Aaron Marie, takes us through just how the tournament has transformed not just stadiums, but also lives, livelihoods, and also, if you like, perceptions.
And Kenya now poised to stay in Nairobi. Ryan Oga.
When the whistle blows, football is more than a game. At the African Nations Championship CHAN 2025, Kenya Stadium roared with energy.
For a second consecutive match, and the stadium comes alive with 15 minutes to play.
Fans dressed in jerseys, draped in flags, faces painted in national colors, and vuvuzela echoing across the regions. The atmosphere, pure passion.
despite 10 men on the pitch for the second successive match at this African Nations Championship.
From fun parks in Githurai and Babadogo to the buzzing city centre at Archives, Kenyans gathered in thousands. Football cut across class, tribe and age, creating a sense of social cohesion rarely seen elsewhere in relation to nation sporting actions.
And the Kenyan fans have something here to celebrate because
when the game was controversial, we even supported Sonko's petition for a replay. That's how seriously the game stands out to be everyone's business. The passion online was no different. Social media trended with hashtags around Chan, uniting Kenyans digitally as memes, chant, and live reaction flooded timelines. But Chan was also a tourism story. The Angolan national team swapped the pitch for a safari at Nairobi National Park, part of a Kenya Tourism Board initiative to showcase the country's magic to visitors. The cultural exchange highlighted Kenya as more than a football host, but a global destination. Kenya's stadium from Kasarani to Nyayo, 60,000 and 30,000 seats respectively, stood ready with capacity expanded, security tightened, and fans-friendly facilities. The aesthetics matched the electric atmosphere of the games that immediately struck the spectacle. Every goal shook the stands, uniting strangers in a single heartbeat of joy brought in by the spirit of games.
Building up to half-time, and Ryan Ogam lives up to his billing as he fires Kenya in front in Kasarani. That was a sensational finish from Ogam.
For ordinary Kenyans, the African Nation Championships was more than football. It was a chance to breathe, to celebrate, and to forget the daily struggles, if only for 90 minutes. The tournament reminded us that football is more than sport. It is therapy, it is community, and it is Kenya's heartbeat. From the stadiums to the savannah, Chan has left Kenya with more than just memories of matches. It has branded the countries as a tourism hub, given fans a sense of pride, and reminded the world of football's power to unite. Reporting for KBC Channel 1, I'm Aaron Marie.
Wow, of course, many lessons are learnt ahead of the AFCON 2027 by Kenya. There, let's just look at our lead story before we proceed. Osama Lamilao, remember, scored a stunner in the 80th minute to hand Morocco their third African Nation Championships title in the highest ever scoring CHAN final that saw 5 goals being scored at the Kasarani Stadium. It was a heartbreak for Madagascar, who are the first, by the way, to find the back of the net in the game played at the packed Kasarani Stadium and also attended by, among others, FIFA President Gianni Infantino, President William Ruto of Kenya, and Madagascar's head of state, Andry Rajoelina. Let's now listen in to that package.
It took just 9 minutes for a goal to be scored in the 2024 Africa Nation Championship final at the Kasarani Stadium, and from an unlikely source, Madagascar. At halftime, the leaders were trailing. "68 minutes on the clock, and the score was back on level terms. And just when the final looked destined to go all the way, this happened with 10 minutes to go.
The winner of the Total Energies
And that sealed the title for Morocco, a third and heartbreak for Madagascar. Buckley Feather, Legends Edition.
Well, Morocco, congratulations, Morocco. They're winning all the matches apart from one that they lost to Kenya. Let's now move away from football. The government will go after the owners of the over 1,000 health facilities that were closed for defrauding the Social Health Authority, SHA. Speaking during the institution of Bishop John Lelei in Kapsabet, Nandi County, President Ruto said that the state will not withdraw the licenses of the facilities, but they will go a step further. They will ensure that illegitimate payments made are recovered. Here is our reporter Abdiaziz Hashim with the details.
President William Ruto, accompanied by senior government officials, joined Catholic faithfuls in Kapsabet, Nandi County, for the installation of Bishop John Lelei.
Haya, tushangilie askofu wetu.
Despite mounting criticism of alleged fraud that has seen Kenyans lose billions of shillings through fictitious claims, the president has pledged to ensure the fund works effectively, saying the government will pursue owners of the over 1,000 health facilities that were closed for defrauding the Social Health Authority, SHA.
There are many naysayers. There are many people who don't believe in this country. There are people who are negative about Kenya. Tumeondoa leseni ya mahospitali 1,000 ambao wanafuja pesa ya mambo ya afya.
The president stating that his administration will not allow the fund to be riddled with the same problems the defunct NHIF faced.
Na hatuondoi leseni peke yake. Tutawafuata, watalipa hizo pesa. There is nothing as criminal, as worse as stealing from the sick.
The president also took a swipe at government critics, stating that the transformation of the country will not be derailed at the expense of political expediency.
Wale, si mnaona kuna watu wengine wanatangatanga hapo? Wanamangamanga hapo. Unajua, wacha niwaeleze. Si tulikuwa na ingine ya Tibim na Tialala. Tuko sasa na one term Kasongo. Tutawanyorosha asubuhi na mapema.
On the war against graft, Ruto stated that he will fight corruption to end and also recover all the funds that have been embezzled from public coffers.
So, musikuwe na wasiwasi. Saa hizi, wacha mimi ninyoroshe kazi. Sindio? Siasa ikianza, tutawaonyesha kivumbi. Yeye mnanielewa? Kwa sababu wale ni watu ambao hawana akili, hawana mpango, hawana sera, hawana agenda. Ati wanatuimbia tu maneno ya slogan.
This as he continued to drum up support for key projects being implemented in the region, calling on Kenyans to close ranks for the sake of the country's development.
Hakuna sababu nchi ya Malaysia, nchi ya Korea, ati imepiga hatua kuliko sisi. We have what it takes to go to the first world nations the way others did ahead of us by making the right decision.
Abdiaziz Hashim for Legends Edition.
Of course, Catholic Bishop John Kiplimo Lelei is now officially installed as the first bishop of the newly created Kapsabet Catholic Diocese. Now, that historic ceremony, presided over by the apostolic nuncio in Kenya, Archbishop Habatas Van Megan, brought together William Ruto, top political leaders, and thousands of faithful at the Eliud Kipchoge Stadium in Kapsabet. In his sermon at the installation, the nuncio urged leaders to exercise authority, but avoid abuse of power.
It was a landmark moment for the Catholic Church in the country. The official inauguration of the Kapsabet Diocese, Kenya's 28th Episcopal Territory, carved out of the larger Diocese of Eldoret. For John Kiplimo Lelei, a son of Eldoret Diocese, who once served humbly as an auxiliary bishop, the moment was both sacred and historic. His posture of prayerful surrender during the rite of installation spoke volumes of humility and obedience to the call of service.
Be shepherds of God's flock that is under your care, watching over them not because you must, but because you're willing, as God wants you to be. Not pursuing dishonest gain, but eager to serve. Not lording it over those entrusted to you, but being examples to the flock.
The installation was presided over by Archbishop Hubertus Van Megen, the Apostolic Nuncio to Kenya and South Sudan, representing Pope Leo XIV, who called on leaders to take their responsibility to serve with humility.
Not to pursue dishonest gain, but to be eager to serve. These words sound familiar. Dishonest gain. The political debate and the newspapers at the moment are full of it. And every morning the headlines speak about corruption, embezzlement, and funds that mysteriously evaporate. Some shepherds, be they politicians or church leaders, find it hard to resist the temptation of the 30 silver coins.
Leaders from across the North Rift region, including governors and members of parliament, gathered to congratulate the new bishop, hailing Lele as a man of deep faith and humility.
Pongezi sana Askofu John kwa kuteuliwa kusimamia diocese hii mpya ya Kapsabet. Nataka nikuhakikishie kwa niaba ya serikali na kwa niaba yangu binafsi kwamba tutashirikiana na wewe, washirika wa diocese hii mpya ya Kapsabet, kwa njia zote katika kuendeleza neno la Mungu na vilevile kuendeleza mambo ya maendeleo ya sehemu hii kwa pamoja.
Kwa niaba ya viongozi hawa na kwa niaba ya wananchi wa kaunti yetu ya Nandi, Bishop Kiblimo Lelei, we stand with you, we congratulate you, and we will work with you as you work on the foundation of our new diocese of Kapsabet.
Anytime from now, Kapsabet inaenda kubadilika. Mukae tayari. Mahali kuna makanisa, mahali makanisa inafahamia area yenu kama hii, ujue maendeleo itaanza kubadilika hapa sana.
Tumpongeze huko tuliko kwa kushangilia.
Born in Eldoret Diocese and ordained as a priest over 3 decades ago, Bishop Lele has served in different roles. His elevation to lead the 28th Diocese of the Catholic Church in the country is seen by many as a call to greater responsibility. Ben Chumba, Legends Edition.
Kericho Governor Eric Kimutai, remember his name was on the lips of many people over the last 48 hours. He has once again survived attempts to remove him from the office after Senate rejected the impeachment proceedings at the County Assembly on account that 2/3 majority threshold was not achieved. 26 senators voted no to the motion, while 16 voted in favor of the motion, with just 1 abstaining. The governor, who was facing impeachment for the second time, was accused of gross misconduct, gross violation, and also abuse of office. Let's listen in to that report.
For the second time in a year, Kericho Governor Eric Mutai found himself before the Senate seeking to debunk 3 charges facing him on the violations of the Constitution and other laws, abuse of office and gross misconduct that saw members of the County Assembly impeach him. After 3 days of deliberations in the House, the question that confronted senators was on the voting at the County Assembly and whether 2/3 majority was achieved during the voting process.
When the motion is coming from the County Assembly, when we are talking about the issues of threshold, Mr. Speaker, the standard must be like the criminal level standard. It must be beyond reasonable doubt.
We cannot sacrifice the governor at the altar of an unverified system. It is unethical and we will not do that.
But the question as to whether voting took place and the number of MCAs who voted lingered, forcing the Senate to seek the expertise of ICT authority.
Can you verify from that list of 33 votes where each IP address is attached in terms of location?
Did you ascertain that the link that the MCAs received on their phones were the same phones that were used to vote, and you can justify the process? Thank you.
Each of the MCAs who voted had a unique number that enabled them to cast a vote. The second question is if any other person can vote for the MCA with the username and password. As I have clearly indicated, that is possible only if you have the MCA's IPPD and the password, which is the ID number.
After hours of examination and cross-examination of witnesses, it was time for senators to cast a vote on a motion to establish the attainment of threshold at Kericho Assembly.
I want to urge this Senate to recognize the ICT Authority audit and their findings and their conclusions and proceed accordingly with the impeachment hearing so that we can be able to delve into other matters that requires this Senate to call these governors to account for the resources that we sent to the county governments.
Unfortunately, or fortunately, we may never get to that particular point if this motion doesn't carry the favor of members. But I want to tell the people of Kericho, speaking from this house, that justice you will get by any means necessary. It can be from this house, Mr. Speaker, or, Mr. Speaker, through other agencies constitutionally charged, Mr. Speaker, to ensure, Mr. Speaker, that when public funds are pilfered and looted, Mr. Speaker, they are recovered.
A total of 26 senators voted against the motion, while a total of 16 senators said the threshold was achieved. The turn of events saw the governor survive an impeachment, with the Senate Speaker Amason Kingi saying the Senate had no business conducting the trial.
The result of the division indicates that the motion has been negatived. Consequently, the impeachment hearing hereby terminates.
Addressing residents who welcomed him back in Londiani, Kericho County, the governor attributed his predicaments to political machinations.
Kama Daniel kwa Bible, sinakumbuka Nebukadneza alishika Daniel akaeka kwa tundu la simba. Mimi vile nilikuwa kwa simbo ya simba. Huko ni mbaya sana. Uwezi takia mtoto ya mtu aende pale. Huko unakaa kama ama uchelewi. Lakini naye mwili nilikuwa imekwisha. Nilikuwa nikisweat kile mpaka macho yangu yanalia tu. Nikasema tu Mungu, mimi sina wazazi. Msaidia tu mimi Mungu. Nasema asante kwa maombi yenu.
26 senators overturning Kericho Governor Mutai's impeachment, and the reason was the threshold to impeach was not met. That report bringing us to our first break here on Legends Edition.
Kenya Ports Authority remains steadfast in its commitment to sustainability through implementation of its Green Port policy. We are excited to announce that our mangrove restoration program has been shortlisted among the top 3 finalists for the 2025 International Association of Ports and Harbours IAPH Sustainability Awards under the Environmental Care category. This honor reflects KPA's collective dedication to environmental stewardship and sustainable port operations. Visit www.sustainableworldports.org/IAPH 2025-sustainability-awards to vote for KPA. Your vote for KPA is a vote for Kenya and a vote for Africa. Kenya Ports Authority, growing business, enriching lives.
Hello there. Do you want to own a home? Welcome to Boma Yangu, a Kenyan government initiative offering affordable home ownership opportunities to every Kenyan. We have projects across the entire country. With a deposit of 5% the value of the house and a fixed interest rate of as low as 3%, your journey to home ownership begins. Log in to the eCitizen portal or dial *832#. Register with 200 shillings only and start saving via mobile money, debit card or credit card to achieve the required deposit. From the listed housing developments, select your preferred location and apply for a housing unit to begin your journey towards home ownership. Prices start from 640,000 Kenya shillings. Visit Boma Yangu at www.bomayangu.go.ke. Brought to you by Affordable Housing Board. Makao Bora, Jukumu Letu.
Mimi twende. Boss, uko sawa?
Niko sawa, ni vile niko na calls mingi. It's a busy day, you know.
Kazi lazima ichape.
By the way, nice background.
Faster speeds, better experiences. Over 50 million Kenyans. One network. Safaricom. Popote ulipo.
Wait.
Premium flour, nurturing the world. Available in a store near you.
We're not one thing, we're many. Hustlers morning, dreamers are lunch. By 3 p.m. tushakuwa meme lords. Ndo giza ikiingia, content inashika. We move fast tukichange lanes. Ndio kesho iko soft life, leo tunaingia grind mode. But no matter the mood, bank tunahitaji nenye na switch na sisi. Enye iko already where we are and ready when we are. In our pockets, on our time, na speed yetu. One built not just to keep up, but to move with you in every mode. So, uko mode gani? Download the new KCB mobile app and switch on your mode today.
Mombasa show, oh yeah! Mombasa, it's that time again. The Mombasa International Show is back. September 3rd to 7th at Jomo Kenyatta Showground, Mkomani. This year's theme, promoting climate-smart agriculture and trade initiatives for sustainable economic growth. Enjoy smart farming technology, trade exhibitions, fun for kids, and tasty food all in one place. Entry is just 350 shillings for adults, 300 for kids, with group discounts too. Book your space now. Call 0722 556 383 or visit sk.co.ke.
Welcome back to the Legends Edition. Maternal and child health remains one of the country's most pressing public health concerns, with preventable deaths still robbing families of mothers and newborns. To mitigate the challenge, The Nairobi Hospital on Saturday brought together hundreds of parents, caregivers, and health experts in a free training aimed at breaking myths, sharing life-saving knowledge, and also empowering families to safeguard mothers and also children. Joseph Ohungu spent time there and filed this report.
At the Nairobi Hospital, over 300 mothers, expectant parents, fathers and nannies took part in a training dubbed the Daddy, Mommy and Baby Fair, designed to give families practical knowledge on safe pregnancy, childbirth, breastfeeding, immunization and nutrition.
It has been a very interactive section. We have learned very much about breastfeeding, immunization, how to do exercise during pregnancy.
It is good to come and know more about babies, parents, both mother and daddy.
Training session featured open conversations on myths and facts about labor, how to recognize early warning signs during pregnancy, and the vital role fathers and caregivers play in maternal health.
Kuna hii mambo ambayo mnasema ni mental health, postpartum depression na vitu kama hivyo, vile ambapo sisi kama kina baba tunaweza saidia kina mama pia, kuwasaidia pia wakati wanapata changamoto kama hiyo, jinsi gani naweza kuwapatia at least udhibiti ili waweze wakakuwa sawa. So hayo ndo mambo yangu mawili ambayo nimeweza kujifunza hapa sana.
According to UNICEF, Kenya recorded 530 maternal deaths per 100,000 live births in 2023. While this represents an 11% improvement, the figure remains far from the global goal of fewer than 70 deaths by the year 2030, with the experts saying many of these deaths can be prevented through early detection and proper antenatal care.
It is an annual event that we do majorly to give education and training to the parents so that they know how to take care of their babies, and also open an opportunity for them to seek for professional advice on matters of health care aimed at reducing the maternal and baby deaths due to poor care.
Healthcare officials say Saturday's training is only the beginning, urging families to become advocates of safer maternal and child care in their communities.
And today I was discussing about complementary feeding, telling the mothers the importance of complementary feeding. And complementary feeding, according to WHO, should be started at 6 months of age. And it is important because at this point, the baby is not able to get adequate energy from the milk.
Joseph Ohungu for Legends Edition.
Cabinet Secretary for Lands, Public Works, Housing and Urban Development, Alice Wahome, has announced that nearly 200 modern markets under construction across the country are in the final stages, with traders expected to move in soon. Speaking during an inspection tour of one-story Ngararia market, that's in Kandara constituency, Wahome revealed that the facility, with a capacity of over 500 traders, will be completed in the coming months. The CS said that the modern markets, alongside the government's housing projects, are creating thousands of jobs and are poised to spur economic growth in towns once operational. She further rallied support for President William Ruto's administration, urging Kenyans to be patient as the government rolls out its development agenda.
I have more than 170,000 housing units, makao ambaye inaendelea kujengwa. Hapo kwa pipeline, niseme kwa pipeline kusema nini? Kutoka mwanzo, lazima uwe na procurement, planning, design, stage, na budget preparation. Another close to 500,000 housing units. Meaning, affordable housing program is not stopping. It is funded by Kenyans. It's a project for Kenyans.
The government has reaffirmed its commitment to motivating civil servants through the harmonization of salaries and a comprehensive digital transformation agenda, including the adoption of artificial intelligence to boost efficiency and enhance public service delivery. Speaking during a closing ceremony of the 44th edition of the Kenya Civil Service Sports Organization Kericho Games at Moi Stadium in Embu, Cabinet Secretary for Public Service Geoffrey Ruko acknowledged existing challenges in remuneration disparities within the public sector. He assured that the government is actively working to address these issues and ensure fair and competitive compensation across all job cadres. He highlighted the importance of continuous training for career progression and eligibility for promotions.
We are committed to ensure we have a proper, trained, well-remunerated, well-motivated public service. I know there are challenges which we are trying to work on in terms of harmonization of remuneration in different categories for those who are serving in agencies and those who are serving in the mainstream government. I know there are some challenges there which we are committed to ensuring that as we progress, we are going to improve.
The government is urging the private sector to partner with operators in the public transport industry to build their capacity in fostering e-mobility. Samuel Musumba, the head of the road safety programs at the National Transport and Safety Authority, says that Kenya has outlined an elaborate plan, including tax incentives, to achieve a full transition to clean energy in the transport sector by 2050, as Weekly Focus reports.
According to Musumba, at least 4,000 electric vehicles have been registered in the country, a significant step towards Kenya's quest to achieve full e-mobility by 2050.
If you look at the transport that we have relied on for many years, which uses fossil fuel, really the cost is high, but also more importantly, you look at the carbon emissions. Up to 11% contribute to carbon emissions, and that is dangerous.
Musumba says the government continues to draw a clear roadmap towards this ambitious goal, including favorable policies such as tax incentives.
Adoption sometimes is not easy because of the costs. So what government has done is to reduce taxes on importing even the spare parts, importing this equipment.
To support the goal, the private sector is being urged to partner with public transport operators in promoting e-mobility uptake.
As you bring us this technology, please bring also what? Training. So these guys are trained to that. One of the things that we are pushing for is formation of circles. Anybody now operating a motorbike or a tuk-tuk, you must belong in a circle. And that's the only way. That through those circles now we should be able to access even support in terms of financing to get these products.
The journey towards becoming a fully e-mobile nation was boosted by the launch of an electric three-wheeler automobile, popularly known as tuk-tuk, in Kisumu, with public transport stakeholders in the Lakeside County terming the move a game changer.
And not just an electric tuk-tuk for passengers, we also have seen cargo. We have also rolled out an electric tuk-tuk ambulance. Going forward, we want to bring this change, and we want to embrace the change that has come to Kisumu.
The operators, however, urged the government to invest more in the necessary recharge infrastructure. For Channel 1, I am Wycliffe Okech.
Kisumu County Administration has moved in to aid the reconstruction of the over 500 houses that were damaged following the stormy rain experienced in Kisumu West and Seme sub-counties early this week. Kisumu County Deputy Governor Dr. Matthews Owili, while leading the distribution of the construction materials, further appealed to well-wishers to also come to the aid of the victims to help them rebuild their lives, as Weekly Focus reports.
Shattered window panes, damaged roofs paint the picture of the aftermath of a stormy rain early in the week that left the residents of more than 5 villages across Kisumu West and Semek sub-counties in Kisumu County in the cold.
Mboya alinyesha, Elstone anakuja, makubwa, amevunjika nyumba, books nimevunjika yote, manguo imevunjika yote.
Their farms not spared either.
Hiyo mvua ya mawe zilikuwa zile mawe kubwa.
Wakati mvua ilianza kunyesha, ilianza kama mchezo vile tumefikiria ni kawaida, tukaweka kila kitu vile tunategea maji ili tupate maji safi. Na hiyo maji safi ikuwe tena sumu.
Appeals for aid have swiftly been responded to by the local administration in collaboration with the national government and the Kenya Red Cross. On Saturday, Kisumu Deputy Governor Dr. Matthew Sowili led the distribution of building materials, assorted food items, as well as beddings to help rebuild the lives of the over 500 households.
We have 4,200 iron sheets to help in the reconstruction of the houses. We also have carried some food because we know that most of the farms were basically swept because of those hailstones. So we have here 33 bags of maize and we have here 30 bags of beans. We're also thanking Red Cross because they have been able to donate 500 blankets that will also be giving out to the people here.
Owili also led the calls for more aid from well-wishers.
This is the time that we need to work together. Please do something. Whatever it is that you'll bring will help our people do their reconstruction.
Kama wanaweza kusaidia watoto waende shule, wanaenda kusaidia watu wa jamii, pia tupate kitu ya kula, na especially mabati, watuletee mabati. Afadhali tupate pale tunaweza ingia ndani.
For Channel 1, I am Wycliffe Okech.
At the heart of Kenya's transport infrastructure is the Mechanical and Transport Directorate, MTD, under the Ministry of Roads and Transport. We oversee a network of services spread across 24 strategic regions, ensuring efficiency in plant and transport services nationwide, from road construction and maintenance to the provision of specialized equipment to manufacturing services. We support infrastructural development across the country. We carry out inspection and valuation of government vehicles, plant and equipment in view of pre-delivery, repair and maintenance and disposal. We also inspect second-hand imported motor vehicles for roadworthiness as per KEBS KS 1515 and conduct occupational tests for drivers and operators. For more information, visit mtd.go.ke or call 0718 976 445. The Mechanical and Transport Directorate, Quality Mechanical and Plant Services.
My English. The gates of hell shall not prevail against.
This September, Uhuru Park will thunder with revival.
This place that gave birth to a revival to a continent will once again give birth to a revival to a generation.
5 days of worship, word, and breakthrough. Experience word that awakens destiny and presence that transforms lives. Join a nationwide awakening like no other. Come as you are, seeking, believing, expectant.
Rema Feast 2025.
And so here it begins again from the 1st to the 5th of September 2025.
Entry is free.
Welcome back, and let's take you to the counties now. Chief Justice Martha Koome is set to launch an alternative justice system, AJS, if you like, unit in Garissa County, signaling a new chapter in efforts to make justice more accessible, especially in marginalized communities, beg your pardon. Elsewhere, tourism activities at the Twiga Beach in Watamu were disrupted on Friday after tourist service providers went on strike following the demolition of their stalls by a private developer. These and other stories in our county news roundup.
The judiciary officials say the initiative, rooted in traditional African dispute resolution methods, seeks to provide faster, affordable, and culturally sensitive avenues for resolving conflicts outside formal courtrooms. Unlike the lengthy and costly litigation process that has often discouraged vulnerable groups from seeking justice, alternative justice system emphasizes restorative justice, bringing together victims, offenders, and community members to find lasting solutions.
AJS is a win-win situation. There is no loser. Everybody is a winner. And it is a system that has democracy in it, in the sense that the parties in the dispute choose for themselves that doorway to solve their dispute.
Elsewhere, tourism activities at Twiga Beach in Watamu were disrupted on Friday after tourist service providers went on strike following the demolition of their stalls by a private developer.
Tulivotoka kwenda nyumbani, tumeenda asubuhi, tunakuja na makuti tuwe tutamaliza vibanda, tukafika vibanda vimevunjwa, miti imetupwa huko, hatujui nani amevunja. Sasa sisi tunaomba msaada. Tunataka usaidizi, manake tumechoka. Hapo ndio tunafanya kazi, tunalisha watoto.
Tunaomba kwa sababu kufikia dakika hii mahali tuko na mahali tulikuwa ni tujengewe. Hata wageni sasa hatujaanza, kwa ufupi hatujaanza kazi.
And Trade and Industrialization Ministers from Kenya and Uganda convened at the Malaba border point in a joint effort to streamline the movement of goods from Mombasa to the Great Lakes region. Meanwhile, in Kisii County, a National Assembly Committee on Decentralized Funds has arrived in Kisii South Sub-County to probe alleged financial improprieties on a police station construction project.
Advise the Auditor General, please stop messing up with CNDF. If you want to investigate use of bursaries, look at the bank statements of the CNDF account, see whether that check left that account, inquire from the school where that student was schooling.
And finally, 150 adolescent girls in Apida, Migori town have benefited from the sanitary pads donation program organized by Revival Fire Fellowship Church as an effort to curb the increasing early pregnancy cases in the area attributed to exploitation of young girls in need of these basic commodities. The well-wishers also called it a wake-up call to the government and development partners to prioritize those living in vulnerable areas like slums by supplying free sanitary pads to the learners.
Msichana akiwa katika hedhi anakuwa yuko vulnerable. Kwa hivyo tunajaribu kupunguza hiyo vulnerability kwa kuwapatia.
Well, that story brings us to our first break. When we come back, Daniel Wahome will be bringing us the very latest in the world of sports. Stay with us.
There comes a moment when the ordinary world fades away and the wild calls your name. This is as wild as you want it. And it's all here. Every trail leads to an adventure because adventure isn't just about the rush. It's about where it takes you, who you become, and the stories you'll tell. Start your adventure here at Magical Kenya.
My name is Bertram Mudoka. I'm the CEO, Agricultural Society of Kenya, overseeing the running of over 16 shows in the country. As we enjoy the Chan Games on KBC Channel 1, I'm certain we've all been excited. It's very exciting moments then by the wins of our team.
Na baada ya CHAN tutaenda wapi?
Tutaenda kwa maonyesho ya kilimo, ASK shows.
Na tutaanzia wapi?
Tutaanza Mombasa pale Mkomani Showground.
Asante sana.
Ndio.
Shukran.
Alafu tukiendelea hapo tutaelekea Nyeri pale Kabirini Showground.
Alafu
tukitoka pale tutaelekea Kaparanet pale Baringo.
Tena
tukitoka hapo tutaendelea mpaka Lichota Showground pale Migori.
Mwisho ama
bado mwisho. Sasa tunaendelea ile kubwa ambao ni Nairobi International Trade Fair pale Jamhuri Park Nairobi. Lots of technologies, lots of innovations for learning purposes. We're closing with the Kitale National Show. Again, running in from the 8th to 11th of October, the home of dairy, the home of beef. Asanteni sana, karibuni sana nyote kwa CHAN, kwa ASK shows.
The goalkeeper.
A very good evening to you. My name is Daniel Wahome and welcome to Legends Edition Sport. Now, former African Nations Championship CHAN champion Senegal clinched third place at the African Nations Championship Pamoja 2024 after overcoming Sudan 4-2 on post-match penalties after a 1-1 draw at the Mandela National Stadium in Kampala last night. The defending champions denied a place in the final after losing to Morocco in penalties in the semi-finals, showed resilience once more in a tense bronze medal match.
Teasing his man, turning one way and now the other, and the header strikes back, paid back in similar currency, and who else but the linchpin in the defense, Mboya restores parity for the Lions of Teranga. His run up, takes it and misses it. Now he wrecks his run-up, dispatches it. Ahmed Elnoa with a last-second change of mind. Makes his run, dispatches it. We have a winner. They have done it. Lions of Teranga officially stamp their name on the third place. In a fruitful campaign, it is a third-place finish for Senegal.
One of Africa's... Shadrach Koech and Maureen Chabo are the champions of the second AK Cross Country Championship held today at the Olkalau Boretum after winning their respective senior races. Brian Kipto and Joan Chepkurui won the junior men's and women's races respectively.
Shadrach Koech won the men's 10-kilometer senior men's race at the second AK cross-country championship, clocking 30 minutes 21.5 seconds. He finished ahead of Charles Katul, who was second in 30 minutes 30.6 seconds, while Duncan Waweru settled for the bronze medal position 4 seconds behind. Maureen Chebor won the senior women race in 34 minutes 17.2 seconds, beating Karen Chebet, who was second with a margin of 12 seconds. Cynthia Chepngeno was third in 34 minutes 47.4 seconds. Brian Kipto and Joan Chepkirui won the junior men and women races respectively. More than 150 athletes competed in the cross-country event held in Nyandarua County, with the third leg set for next month in Bungoma. Meanwhile, ailing sports hero, former Olympic champion Hezekiah Nyamao is in dire need of medical attention, having been diagnosed with cancer.
Sasa ugonjwa ikaniingia sasa kwa mwili, na chikuna, nafanya nini, naenda hapa daktari anasema hii mimi najua, nipa dawa hakuna, naenda kwa huyu ninajua dawa hakuna. Sasa hiki cha nanga anasema hata kama ikiwa ni daktari ya Amerika tutafika huko. Tutakuta tunaendelea kuja Buton. Ndio sasa nimeenda sasa nimesikia vizuri kidogo, lakini mwili si mzuri.
Amekuja referral Kisumu, Eldoret, Nakuru, yote tumemsulukia sana. Lakini kwa bahati mbaya pesa imetuishia. Hatuna pesa. Yenyewe pesa imeisha. Sasa ile maombi yetu kwa serikali, tulikuwa tunataka kama serikali itasaidia, kwa sababu hiyo alitaka kama O2 ni hilo O1.
Hata alikuwa anatupenda sana na sisi tunampenda, ndio naomba mtusaidie kwa baba yangu, mimi nampenda sana, mtusaidie hata tumununulie kitu akule na aende hospitali apone.
Nyamao led a Kenyan team of Charles Asati, Robert Ouko and Julius Sang in flying the country's flag high at the 1972 Olympic Games in Munich and Commonwealth Games in Mexico in 1968.
And you can support Hezekiah Nyamao. He's one of the 2 surviving members of the Golden Quartet of the 4x400 meters relay at the 1972 Olympics in Munich. Moving on is that Maina Kamwele, Charles Omondi and Scarlett Guitar all won their respective categories as the Nairobi Swimming Gala entered its second day at the Kyoto School. Kamwele timed 33.42 seconds to emerge victorious in the girls under 15 years butterfly, while she was followed by Waroya Rihanna and Dirangu Nicole, who clocked 33.95 seconds and 33.99 seconds to finish second and third respectively. Meanwhile, Charles Omondi won the boys under 11 years category in 35.25 seconds, followed by Simon Slater in 37.10 seconds. The gala, which attracted over 500 swimmers, will have the finals held tomorrow.
Washington call for the team. Washington call for the 212. That is the goals is 7 reason and the 25 meters aggressive.
Our objective eventually is definitely to get as many children from Nairobi into the national team. Okay? So you can see our pool is big, so we have to organize really a very high level of competition.
Tough, especially because it's the first gala, like when the season is opening, because we had gone for a break. So it's the first gala when the season is opening, so many people had come.
4 months has been relatively good today. I've cut 5 seconds from my 50 meters backstroke, and I'm featuring in the 12 to 13 girls category.
Today I've really performed well in 200 fly and also 400 free.
It was just there. I wouldn't say it was tough. I wouldn't say it was also easy. It was doable. I'm in the category 14 to 15.
The reason why I like swimming is just because it's like gives you like confidence, because you'll be able to like go for these strong competitions and know what you'll be able to do. I was fast in breast. I got 2 minutes and something. Now I'm going for my 25 meters fly.
That's the sport for tonight. And like I said, You ain't going nowhere. We've got 2 World Cup qualifiers on the 5th and the 9th of September live on KBC Channel 1. And for those of you who love athletics, Hakuna Kurara, the Sydney Marathon is on tonight. Think around midnight. That's when the action will be on. That's part of the stories that will be running tomorrow. My name is Daniel Wahome. Thank you for being with us through Chan. September is coming and you ain't going nowhere. Have a great evening. Over to you, Tom Mboya.
Thank you very much, Daniel Wahome. Well, on behalf of the entire Legends Edition team in the back end, I want to thank you so much. My name is Tom Mboya. Brian Moraru was our sign language expert, and I wish you a pleasant evening. Good night from Nairobi, Kenya, and God bless you. Bye-bye.